Hi, and welcome back to Grace 101 once again with me, Lady Hekma, and we are having the time of our lives here, bringing you the gospel in like 5 minutes or less or more. You know, we are just keeping it down to 5 minutes, to under 5 minutes. So as we bring this, you know, whenever we go out for outreach, we always get to meet people that you ask, are you saved? They're like, I think I'm saved. Some are like, no, I don't think I'm saved. And some go like, my dear, I think I'm okay. Why? Because I don't sin that much, you know, I don't sin that much, so I think I'm okay. So I'm like, you know, people have categorized sin, you know, there are sins that are too big, too huge, and when people see that they don't see the huge, they don't do the huge labeled sins, they think that now they are good, they are saved. At least I don't sin like so and so. At least I do this and that. At least I go to church. At least I fellowship with brothers. At least I do this and that. So I think I'm saved. I want to tell you, there was somebody in the Jesus was talking about, and that person was a Pharisee, and the Pharisee went to pray, and then there was a tax collector just besides him also praying, and Jesus told the people he was ministering to, and he told them, you know what, the Pharisees was like, oh God, I pray, you know, I'm not like this tax collector, you know, I pay my tithe, I feed the hungry, I do ABCD, at least I'm better off, I'm not like this tax collector. And then the tax collector was like, oh my God, if not for your grace, you know I am not worthy, you know I'm the least of the people to come even before you, God, but please, you know. So Jesus said the tax collector went home justified and not the Pharisee. Why? Because there is this, when it comes to the law, you tend to feel like you've done a little bit, so you deserve like a little bit, or this much, or you've done this much. But when it comes to the law, it is written that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. It doesn't matter which sin you committed. It doesn't matter whether you did the big sin or the small sin, or you didn't do a sin at all, but under the law, all were counted under sin. And let's see this in the book of Romans. In the book of Romans chapter 3 and verse 23. And it says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. A lot of people stop there. But I want to tell you, this verse continues to the next one, which is verse 24, which says, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. And it hasn't ended, but I'm going to stop there. So according to the law, all, the Jew, the Greek, the big sinner, the small sinner, the good sinner, the bad sinner, you know, there are people who say, at least I don't sin that bad, I don't lie, I don't steal, I don't fornicate, I don't commit adultery, at least I'm not that bad. I want to tell you that under the law, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But there is one divider that sets apart the saved and the not saved. You know, there is one divider that sets apart those who have received the grace of God and those who have not. It says, being justified freely by his grace. So all have sinned, but there is something that is happening. It's called justification. They are all being justified freely by his grace, not because they are good, not because they did good, not because they didn't do the big sin or what. It all brings us to this place. Justification is by grace through faith alone. Salvation is by grace through faith alone. When it comes to salvation, you don't bring yourself to a measuring meter of this is what I did, this is what I'll do, this is what I got to do to get out of what I am into. It's not about what you do, rather it is all about the grace of God. And how do you access it? By grace through faith you are saved. So it is by faith. I hope you're enjoying these Grace 101 episodes as we bring you more. Join me tomorrow once again for this and more. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be awesome. It has been Grace 101 with Lady Hekma.